I'm just waiting for my voice is quite strange. Okay, let them also bring some. Sorry, I want to use the mic because my voice is strange so that you can hear me well. Bring the So, good morning, gentlemen and ladies of the press. I want to thank you, first of all, for honoring my invitation to this emergency session. The enormity of the concern that I want to address requires immediate action as it affects the safety and the future of Enugu. The first thing I'm going to address this morning are the several false reportage that has flooded the media in the last 48 hours. And I'll begin with addressing the upsurge of fake news, misinformation, and the misrepresentation of my character, my position, and my perspectives on various national issues. As I shared in my statement yesterday, I believe that calumny, fake news, and character assassinations are disrespectful to our people who face real and dire challenges in their everyday lives. And those who spread such falsehood have no interest in service, but desire to keep Enugu in the web of lies and ineptitude. Therefore, I will address these issues summarily. Yesterday, an attention-seeking propaganda mill reported that I stepped down for the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Peter Mba. Please tell everyone you know that Frank Nweke Jr. is in the governorship race to win it for the governor, for the good of Enugu. I have never considered stepping down, and I will never consider it. Ignore every information that reports or insinuates this. On the purported endorsement and congratulatory message to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I can confirm that it is absolutely false and concocted from the imagination of a mischievous individual. I've never hidden the fact that I support Peter Obi, and I have often said I am frankly, totally, unapologetically, completely obedient. My position on who I believe is most competent to lead our nation has not changed. On the assertion that I would approve ranching for herdsmen when elected as governor, please note that this headline is a sensational misrepresentation of these actual words from a town hall session I attended in October 2022. And I quote, "The best case scenario is for there to be peaceful coexistence, that is between farmers and herdsmen. But under my watch as governor and under my administration, I will not condone any act by herders or farmers that will undermine the other party. As your animal is important to you, so are the crops to the farmers." Another part of my statement, and I quote, "Long term, We are going to encourage the establishment of branches within the state, but I will do everything within my powers to protect our people, to make sure that their sources of livelihood are not destroyed by anybody, by whatever name they are called." End of quote. The reporter, for whatever consideration, played on the sensitivity of the ongoing crisis in several parts of Enugu by creating a clickbait headline to rile emotions, and now political opposition are taking advantage of the same by promoting false information. It is absolutely wrong, and while it may be hailed as political sagacity, it is a clear picture of the type of administration to expect from whoever the perpetrators are. I'm not going to address comments that have been attributed to the recently elected senator in Enugu North Senatorial Zone. So, the trending video shows that the recently elected senator, Nweke, inciting the people of Enugu North against their brothers and sisters from Kanu. While there are several issues that could be considered from his submissions, the most important thing for me is that I do not support or encourage anyone sowing seeds of discord and disunity within our state, and I wish he didn't make such statements. As opinion leaders, political leaders, or statesmen, we must be mindful of the opinions we hold and the words we speak. Regardless of where the governor emerges from at any time, we must remember that the entire state is his or her constituency. Such statements, therefore, only serve to create feelings of marginalization and discontent, neither of which serves our progress in any form. You know, I remember a quote that was attributed to the former Chief Justice of Nigeria. I do not know if he was the original, he made that statement originally. And he said, you know what? That politicians think about the next elections, but statesmen think about the next generation. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the plans by the People's Democratic Party to disrupt the state's general elections on March 11, 2023. And for me, this is one of the most important reasons for this gathering, and I'm going to address the information that we have available to us from extremely reliable sources. So I'm compelled to bring to the attention of the public the grand and devious plans of the People's Democratic Party in Enugu to compromise INEC officials and ad hoc staff to bypass the use of beavers and generally disrupt the governorship and House of Assembly elections in the state through the use of thugs to cause mayhem, with a view to dispersing voters at polling units in order to have opportunity to rig the elections, subvert the will of the people to achieve victory at all costs. Since suffering massive electoral losses across the state on February 25, 2023, the PDP have held series of meetings at various locations to perfect their nefarious plans to ensure that they disrupt the electoral process, compromise INEC staff, and deploy maximum violence. Sources that attended several meetings reported that they lamented that they were falsely led into believing that Beavers was impregnable by INEC and that manual voting was possible. According to them, events in Port Harcourt and some parts of the country had demonstrated otherwise, and that they must now take advantage of it by deploying sums of money to compromise INEC staff, buy votes, and cause maximum violence to scare voters who do not vote for them and intimidate others into voting for them against their will. They have therefore resolved to buy INEC staff to sabotage the elections as described above, and also to specifically ensure that the original result sheets are neither brought to the polling units nor the ward collation and the ward and local government collation centers. Since the iRev portal malfunctioned last Saturday, they reasoned that they would calmly write new results when the representatives of other political parties dispersed at the various collation centers in the belief that the results had been announced. The compromised INEC team is led by a staff of INEC called Ifena Ono, who for several years has been the liaison between the state government and in particular the Chief of Staff, Government House, and the INEC officials. It would appear that the relationship has been groomed for years in preparation for times like this. It was reported that Mrs. Ifena Ono has been a beneficiary of land allocations and pilgrimage allocations, and in exchange has succeeded in recruiting staff for the benefit of the governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, particularly into the ICT department. We have also been informed that sums running into hundreds of millions have been exchanged over the years and through third-party agents to conceal the money trail. Ms. Ono is therefore under obligation to do everything in her power to ensure the declaration of Peter Mbah as the next governor of Enugu State. Currently, INEC maintains a secret office at Fontana Hotels located at Independence Layout for this purpose. They have also reportedly recruited security agencies into their plot. The role of the security services is purportedly for them to show up when they start causing mayhem at polling units and collation centers. For them not to show up, I beg your pardon, at polling units and collation centers until they have accomplished their wicked plans. Furthermore, they have secured substantial numbers of election duty stickers and plan to use that or them to evade security by moving around in vehicles on which these stickers are pasted on election day. They have also produced security agencies' uniforms for thugs to disguise as escorts by INEC personnel to INEC personnel from the point of dispatch to a prearranged location where rigging will be carried out using the non-collected PVCs of voters across the 17 local government areas in Enugu State. The above information has been shared with the National Headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission, the State Security Services, the Inspector General of Police, the Chief of Defense Staff, the National Security Advisor, and the Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The purpose of this revelation is to let Enugu and indeed the entire world know that the All Progressive Grand Alliance APGA in Enugu will do all that is possible to guarantee the safety of our people. Ensure that you exercise your right to vote on March 11th and see that your vote is protected. We will not take lightly any plans to subvert or abuse the democratic process. And I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you.
All right. Questions? Time for questions. Just one from each person. Sorry. Any question?
Are we good? Okay. So thank you, gentlemen. So much. Yeah, of course. Of course, you can get copies to be made available to you. Made available to you.
I need a soft copy.